It's election day in the US, with polls now open across the country there. These midterm elections will determine who controls the US Congress and the Senate. For 2 years, both the House of Representatives and the Senate have been controlled by the Democrats. It's now being predicted the Republicans may have the upper hand this time around. We start our coverage with Professor Gilbert Khadiagala, a Professor of International Relations at Wits University. Professor, good evening to you and thank you for your time. Most of the predictions are that the Republicans are going to win control of the Congress and possibly the Senate. Do you agree with those predictions? What's that going to do to governance in the US?
Those predictions are mostly accurate because I think the past patterns of midterm elections is that the party that is not in the White House tends to do better than those in the White House. So the Democrats in this case are facing a lot of pressures from voters, I think, who are very much dissatisfied with the running of the economy, a lot of inflationary pressures, and a lot of uncertainties around crime and other issues. So the predictions are maybe accurate because these are the issues that even voters who are always undecided actually tend to go to the polls at the very last minute to make their choice around these bread and butter questions. So if the power changes in the Senate and in the House, it is essentially going to torpedo President Biden's legislative agenda, both domestically and in foreign policy.
Well, I was going to ask about foreign policy. I presume it will sort of change how Americans see the world, might even change what happens in Ukraine and American support for Ukraine against Russia.
There is also a lot of skepticism within the Republican Party about the position on Ukraine, a U.S. position on Ukraine, particularly the support of the Zelensky government. So if the Republicans come to power, that may change probably towards engagement with Russia, discussions around maybe a mediated process. But I think we'll have to wait and see because there's also an equally powerful wing of the Republican Party that doesn't actually like Putin at all. So there may be some shifts here and there, but we'll just have to wait.
Are you expecting a high turnout for this election? I mean, the United States obviously very divided along, it seems, identity lines. Are you expecting a high turnout there?
You know, currently the voting, the balloting before the actual day today was the number was 41 million, which is unprecedented. And you don't find a lot of people of that size voting before the election. So that is going to inspire, in fact, other people who would typically stay at home to actually go to the polls, because there are other issues that are important, like abortion, that could push some of the Democrats to go into the polling stations. But I think, as I said, the bigger questions are the economy, crime, and so on. And these are issues that affect pretty much everybody. So the turnout will be, I think, one of the largest in recent times for midterm elections.
Professor Gilbert Khadiagala from Wits University, thank you very much indeed.